As a child, I was sexually abused by both men and women. And then as a teenager, I was raped. By the time I was 15 years old, my self-image was really poor. I became involved in a relationship that I stayed in for the next 7 years. And it was an emotionally abusive relationship, a physically abusive relationship, and it just validated everything horrible that I already believed about myself. By the time I was 19, I was $35,000 in debt and on the brink of bankruptcy. I felt like I was out of options, and a boy in my English class suggested that I become a stripper. And at first, I was like, no way, I could never do that. But as things got worse and worse, it just seemed more and more like I was out of options, and that was what I would have to do. I had no sense of self-worth, I had no sense of value, and life seemed really hopeless. Here I am 3 years later. I thought I would only do it for a couple of months, and my life is spiraling out of control, but God started working in my heart. For the next 6 months, I was stripping, and I would go to church on a Wednesday night, and then I would go to the strip club right afterwards. God worked in me to the point where it became unbearable. So I took a step back, and I just had this moment where all of a sudden, all these things that I had been seeing over the past few years that looked normal, I saw them through different eyes, and my heart really broke over it. As I started to understand my value, as I started to understand that I was created with a purpose, I couldn't go to the strip club anymore. I knew that I was going to have to use my story. For the next several years, I did everything that I could to pursue healing and wholeness in my own life. Individual counseling with a Christian counselor, support groups. I was in church just about every time they opened the doors, serving in ministry, doing everything I could, and just felt like I got to a pretty, healthy place in my life. My heart still broke, knowing that there were so many women in the club, but I couldn't fathom a way that I would be able to do anything about it. You've got these clubs, and they're surrounded by security guards and bouncers and managers, and, what am I going to do? Walk right in and say, hi,